Hi friends! So this week we're doing something different and we're gonna try a Japanese meal kit. We've been seeing advertisements for a little while now for this company called Yoshikei, so this is not sponsored by them. But anyway, so we used our own money for this and we just wanted to try it out because we were really curious, what's a Japanese meal kit like? For several years now, meal kits have been really popular in America, and I guess the concept maybe drifted overseas, and now Japan has also started offering these types of services. Yoshikei provides you with a different menu options, like there's different sizes, maybe portion sizes or number of dishes. And so I was really curious what it was going to be like, versus me trying to come up with a menu on my own. Now, meal kits in America are pretty simple, I would say. I think that's the whole point, is to make preparing a weeknight meal fast and easy. And so I was curious to see what were the Japanese meal kits going to be like. So what happens is you go online and you just sign up, and you can pick like one day at a time, and you need to order at least 2 weeks in advance, and they send out like a menu to you. You can also view the menu online as well. But they very helpfully dropped off like their entire menu to us like a couple of weeks before. So you could choose either 6 days, so it's going to be like dinner for 6 meals a week, so Monday through Saturday, or you could pick 5 meals, which would be Monday through Friday. So we decided to go with the 5 meals just to try it out and see what it was like. So let me show you what they sent us. So this is the example of the menu that we got. We actually got this 2 weeks ago, and since then they send them to you weekly, like once you sign up with them. So we just, as you can see, I'll just take you right through it. So here, like the premium, or like the top level one, which has the most number of dishes, I guess, is the cut meal. And you can see here, it's, for example, for a 5 meal course, if it's for 2 people, that's the price. For 3 people, that's the price. 4 people, etc. If you do 6 nights a week, then it goes up a little bit. Yeah, so it has meat, fish, vegetables, and they all come pre-cut and like pre-packaged. We decided to do just 3 portions because Ray is he's almost 2. He doesn't eat that much. Usually I just end up sharing. It breaks down the price for, how much it costs per person per meal. Then the next course is a little bit smaller, a little bit cheaper. Not that much cheaper, honestly, but is the Puchimama, and this is actually the one that we decided to choose just because when looking through this menu, I liked the dishes that were in this set better for this week anyway. So there's a bunch of different options here that you can choose from. You can see here they have a lot of different options. They also have like add-ons that you can order separately. But anyway, okay, let's go to Puchimama, or Petite Mama as they call it. And these are the things that we are going to be having this week, minus the Saturday option. Oh, too bad. That kind of looks good now I'm looking at it. Oh well. Anyway, so first we've got Torotoro Tamago no Oyakodon, which is a pretty standard kind of Japanese meal. I like the fact that basically they try to balance it out. They give you plenty of veggies, plenty of like variety for the whole week. Each day they will come and you can pick the time when they will drop off the food. If you're not going to be at home, they will give it to you in this box. So this is what it looks like. We just got it a few minutes ago. One thing I really like about this is that if you wanted, you could make this exact meal yourself. You just have to go out and buy all of the ingredients, because it tells you how much you need for, how many people you're making it for, and exactly what you need. So, but then you can see like their Teibon menu is a little bit different. There's just like different options in here. Actually, this one's more expensive. So this is kind of adding a 3rd dish, whereas the Puchimama has like basically 2 sides, and like of course you need to make your own rice to go along with this. And like the cut the meal, yeah, I don't know, the Puchimama and the cut the meal honestly aren't that different. I guess the cut the meal maybe is slightly more expensive, and oh, this looks really good. I can see this being really useful for people that are busy. You can even get like a obento set for like a Saturday. And you could get like these pre-made obentos as well, just delivered to your home. If you're a really busy family, like both parents are working, or like you're a single parent or something. So yeah, they will send it to you every day, I believe. and we're gonna unbox this one right now. So I will show you what's inside of this. Okay, they send it to you in a cooler box, so even if you're not home at the time when they drop it off, you can pick the time when you're home, of course, but if you are busy or whatever, you're out, they'll send it to you in this cooler box. And they have all kinds of advertisements. This is what it looks like. So this is for today's meal. They're gonna send it to us every day. So today was like the oyakodon with this yasai miso soup. So what we've got in here is exactly the portion that we need to make the soup. Just a little bit of carrot, some negi, horenso, a whole onion. That must be for the oyakodon. Oh, and these two little tiny satsumaimos. That's interesting. And then 3 eggs. Wow, it's so exact. And then under here is the meat, and they even put an ice block in here to keep it cool. Some aburage, and yeah. And even they have some kizami nori, which you are putting on top, I assume. So we're gonna make this today, and I guess we can put this box back out for them when they come to drop off the next one tomorrow. Hi again. Okay, so it's dinner time and I'm gonna start preparing the dinner. Let me show you what we've got here. Okay, so these are all the ingredients. I laid them out. We also have to provide our own chomiryo. So in this case, we needed some dashi, so I had to make that in advance. And I need that for the soup and the oyakodon, so I made it extra. So we have to provide this stuff in A, and it helpfully tells you down here all like the materials you need and like how you can prepare stuff. For example, if you need to make your own dashi, this is the easy way to do it. And it gives you the portion size for the one that you bought. So as you can see here, this is what we need to do first. We have to gather these ingredients to make A. So I'm gonna do that first, and then we're gonna chop the onion, and then in the fry pan, we're gonna put A and the meat, the onion in, and boil it for around 3 minutes. And in the meantime, then I'll be cutting the satsumaimo. They want you to cut it in like half moon shape. And then the negi and the carrots, the spinach, and the aburage. And then we'll put those in a different nabe to make the miso soup. So I'm gonna get started on that right now. So it helpfully peels everything in advance for you, so you don't have to do basically any work except just chop it. Ooh, look at how beautiful these satsumaimos are. They're so creamy white inside. Ooh, this looks delicious. So I really like the fact that you don't have to even cut the meat. You can just dump it right in and walk away because I really hate cutting meat.
Oh, いい匂いしてきた. It smells really good. Okay, now I'm just heating up the dashi for the miso shiru, and I have to drain the satsumaimo.
Okay, they wanted me to soak the satsumaimo after cutting it.
So right away, off the top of my head, my thoughts are, this is really good for eliminating food waste because it gives you like the exact proportions that you need for the meal. And it doesn't leave like anything extra taking up space in your fridge or whatever. Like it's pretty simple and healthy, and like you could put this together in like less than maybe 30 minutes if you're planning your timing right.
Okay, and now I'm gonna crack the eggs and beat them because it's almost ready. It's smelling really good. I love this cute little egg pack. And look at the color of these eggs. They're so pretty. Okay, we got ourselves a nice thick sauce here. This is definitely done. I just checked the veggies in the soup. These are ready. So I can't eat eggs. So at this point, I'm just gonna take a portion of this mixture out for myself and put it on a bed of rice. And then I'll continue adding in the beaten egg for the rest of the family. Ooh, top pretty. I guess once you add the eggs, it kind of fills out the dish more. Okay, we have to provide our own miso, 2 tablespoons worth for this portion.
One of the things I liked is that they also gave you a list of materials they need, and they said we need a miso strainer too, so. Okay, let's do a taste test to see if the miso was enough. It's good. Check it out. That's for the man. こんな感じです。And here's the final finished product. What do you think? Does it look like the picture? Okay, I'm gonna try it now. It looks really good. It smelled heavenly while I was cooking it, so let's go. いただきます。Oh, it's really good. It tastes like something you would get at a restaurant, which is really interesting because it's basically just using their raw ingredients, but all the chomiryo, like the sauce stuff, was what I had at home and what I always use in my cooking. So why does it taste different? Maybe it's like the portion that they told me to use or something. Because normally I wouldn't put this much shoyu in it, so maybe that's it. It's really good though. How is it? どう？美味しい？How about you? どうですか、パンちゃん？美味しい？美味しくない？で、どうですか？
美味しいよ。美味しい。どうだったの？作りやすかったの？あ、じゃあこうやってな。それが一番ね、大事かもね。味もそうだけどね、作りやすくてパパッと夕ご飯用意できた方が。
I think what I liked about it was that all the like vegetable and like meat portions were pre-cut, so that was easy to make. It like didn't have to spend a lot of extra time preparing the vegetables. It was kind of just like ready to chop up right away. Didn't have to wash anything. Well, it's the next day and our next shipment has arrived. So let's check out and see what we got today. Okay, so today's meal is butaniku no wafu oroshi and a corn salad. You're supposed to drop off the cooler box from the previous day, and because they came out so early, I wasn't home, and so I wasn't able to return the box to them. So that's something that we've got to make sure we pay attention to. But anyway, let's check out the ingredients. Okay, so we've got the butaniku. Now remember, this is for 3 portions. Ray doesn't really eat all that much, especially at nighttime. He doesn't have a big appetite, so he just will share a little bit of our stuff. So we got like this butaniku, 300 grams. I don't think I have to do much else to it. Maybe just chop it a little bit. And then we've got this wafu oroshi sauce here. There's 3 packs of that, so I'll be using that. We've got a cabbage and a salad, a cucumber, and 1 green pepper. Then they sent us a whole, like a medium-sized onion, it looks like. And then some corn for the salad. And then 3 little mini tomatoes. Look at those. Aren't they cute? It's packaged so cutely. So altogether, that's everything for tonight's dinner. And I'm just making some rice in the rice cooker here. So we'll get started. I also wanted to point out that they also helpfully provide you with a list of tools that you'll need for preparation. So they want you to have a slicer for the cabbage, and like they're just warning you, don't cut your fingers on that. The instructions are pretty simple, straightforward. Just heat up the corn in the microwave and cut the cucumber, and then use a slicer to slice the cabbage. It even shows you a picture there. I have a different kind of slicer which I'll be using. That's fine. I cook the meat in the fry pan with some abura, which you're supposed to provide. Remember, the things in red are the things that you provide yourself. So we have to provide our own dressing for the salad, some pepper, and some cooking oil. I will show you this nifty cabbage shredder that I got. This is one of my favorite kitchen tools from Japan. So it's got like a serrated edge here, so it makes slicing cabbage for salad really easy. Really simple and straightforward to use. It's nice for easy shredding. And there is the finished result. So yeah, this little shredder shredded up that whole 1/8 of the cabbage there. So this is how much we got.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. It looks really good. It was pretty easy to make, so itadakimasu. It's good. Yeah, no complaints. It's a good meal. And I like the fact that it only took 30 minutes to put this all together, so that's really good for a busy weeknight. And what about you? What do you think? Is it yummy? Oni-chan mo oishii?
Yes.
Yay. Well, a new box just arrived, and this is Wednesday now, so it's the third day into it. And honestly, I'm beginning to feel like it's a little bit like Christmas. Every time a new box arrives, it's like, ooh, a present came. And it's really fun to open it up and see what's inside. So today we're having one of the menu selections that I'm most looking forward to. It's Korean Kankoku ryori, so Korean style food. And I just love Korean food, so I'm really excited about this one. So today we're having this unique no bulgogi, so it's like a Korean beef stir fry, and then it looks like we have chijimi and some like pickled daikon. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. How long is it supposed to take? It says it's gonna take 20 minutes to make, so it very helpfully up here in the corner, it shows you how long it will take to make. One of the things I'm really liking so far about these meal kits is that, like, sometimes, even though I love to cook and that's my hobby, even I sometimes have trouble coming up with a menu idea for that night, or like what to make, or like I might have like a main dish in mind, but I'm not sure what sides to make with it. Kind of are all planned for you, which is really nice and convenient, and just kind of takes some of the hassle of cooking or just deciding what the menu is off of my shoulders. So I do really like that about these meal kits. Okay, here was tonight's dinner finished. I didn't show the cooking process because it's getting a little bit repetitive. It's like, same chop stuff, fry it up in the frying pan, and, arrange the sides. But it turned out really nice. Okay, welcome back. It's day 4 of this experimental meal kit, and today is actually going to be the most challenging, I'd say, of all the recipes I've made so far because it involves deep frying. So today we are going to be having this fried aji, which is like a type of fish. Normally I don't deep fry. I'm not a big fan of it. It's just, I don't like eating really oily foods. I don't like how it heats up the house and makes everything greasy in the kitchen. Cleanup is a pain. It also wastes a lot of oil. But this recipe says that you only need 1 centimeter of oil in the pan, so it's not like super deep frying. And they gave us, like, they're pre-breaded already, the aji, and it's frozen, so that should be easy enough to do. So each recipe comes with a cooking video. You can scan this QR code. So I'm actually thinking I'm gonna scan the QR code and look at their cooking video first before I start making this today. So I'm gonna do that right now. Okay, so that was the video. That was pretty simple and easy to understand. It was on YouTube. It was only a little over a minute long, so it doesn't take a lot of time to watch that. And basically, I think I know what to do. So I'm gonna get started cooking. I'm not gonna film today again because this is just gonna be too long of a video, but I might show a tiny snippet of me frying the aji just to prove that I actually did it. And yeah, so I'll see you at dinner time. I just wanted to show you, look at how fresh this hakusai is. This is like the freshest hakusai I've ever seen. It's like flawless. Okay, just to prove, I am in fact deep frying them. Okay, here's tonight's dinner. I think it turned out pretty well, just like the picture.
I want more of this. It's so yummy.
It's yummy. My. Is it yummy? My. パクパク食べてるな。ママもほとんど終わった。Okay, well, the last box just arrived and I'm so excited because look at this. Check out the cover of the week's menu for Halloween. Oh, it's Halloween stuff. Oh no, this is so my weakness. I'm loving the menu selections on here. Look at all this stuff that they've got. I guess there's nothing actually Halloween themed per se, but oh look, they give you like a little placemat so you could take a picture of your meal or something. That's cute. I might save that. I might just make these meals on my own and buy my own ingredients for them. But definitely I have to say one thing that's been really nice about this meal kit is that it really takes out the guesswork of trying to put together a meal on your own, like trying to come up with all the different side dishes. Because Japanese food has a lot of small individual dishes. It's not like a one pot thing typically. Usually like you have to have a lot of different things in mind for when you're trying to put together a meal. This is like definitely a good option, and we might actually consider doing this one week out of every month just to like take the burden off of me for coming up with the menus all the time. So this is what the box looks like. It always comes with like a paper seal, which I broke here, but to show you that it's like sanitized and clean. And so inside, here's how the ingredients come arranged. So tonight is like a tomato cheese nabe. So they gave us like the nabe sauce here, and it's got an onion. So here's the thing, there's been an onion in every single meal this week, like a whole onion. So we've definitely gotten our fill of onions. We got some broccoli, a nice fresh looking cabbage. I'm very impressed with how fresh the ingredients look all the time. So we've got like wina, and we've got some processed cheese, and then we've got chicken, sanninos. This is like more meat than I would typically buy on my own, so that's interesting. Basically, all the ingredients are sourced from Japan, and like if they're not from Japan, for example, the other night we had beef that was from Australia, like they'll say it on there, but I think all the vegetables come from Japan, which is nice. So here's tonight's menu. It's this torori cheese no kanjuku tomato nabe. Okay, here's the result of the meal. It looks really good and it smells amazing. We're gonna try some right now.
He thought it was so delicious that he grabbed the serving spoon and he's eating out of the serving spoon. you little thief! You stole the spoon out of the nabe! Mai, baby. Mai.
That is yummy.
Yummy.
Wait, can you say it again? What's that? Broccoli.
Well, that was the end of our week of trying the Yoshikei meal kit. So I just wanted to share my thoughts and like maybe the pros and cons of trying out this meal kit. So let's start with the pros. Number one, it's very easy and convenient to put meals together quickly. So most meals took 30 minutes or less, minus of course time to make rice, and the cooking methods were straightforward, and it's a bonus if you already know how to cook Japanese food. For example, because there are certain cutting techniques like rangiri or things like that which you might need to know about in advance in order to like make it the way they want you to make it. But the meat came pre-cut mostly, so that shaved a lot of prep time off of the meal preparation, so I really appreciated that. Number two, it's good for people who have trouble coming up with meal ideas. So I love cooking, but even I struggle sometimes with coming up with balanced and exciting meal ideas. So this takes a lot of the guesswork out of that when it comes to weeknight meal prepping and planning. And number three, it's a great way to experience Japanese home-style cooking. Everything is really simple to do, and there are instructional videos which you can watch for each meal. And if you're new to Japanese cooking and you live in Japan, it's a great way to get introduced to local cuisine here, or maybe expand your options for different things to cook. I recommend for foreigners who want to learn how to cook Japanese food that's simple and delicious. It's a great way to get introduced to the local cuisine of this country. You just need to be able to read Japanese, but even nowadays, you can probably get away with using something like Google Translate, where you can scan it and then it'll translate it for you in front of you. Number four, it's like getting a free cookbook every week. Yoshikei drops off a huge packet of flyers and like their recipes every week, and it's usually for the upcoming 2 weeks in advance because you need to order about a week and a half in advance if you're going to sign up for like a week's course. The recipes are included for all the meal packages, so there are endless options for you to make on your own. All you need to do is go out and buy the ingredients. Also, if there was a meal that you particularly enjoyed, you have the recipe right in front of you and you can always remake it again on your own. Number 5. Most recipes can be easily made with basic cooking ingredients that the typical Japanese kitchen is already stocked with, like shoyu, mirin, sake, goma abura, like cooking oil, salt, pepper, those basic things. So you don't need to do much planning. Also, you get the meal recipes at least a week in advance so you can plan ahead if there's something you need to buy from the store. Number 6. Meals are fairly healthy and they can be customized for your taste. You could easily omit something if you can't have it. For example, I can't have eggs, so when I make these meals, I just leave the eggs out from my portion and then the rest of the family can eat them. Number 7. It's great for times when you're really busy. I'm quite busy every day, managing the kids, cooking all the meals, doing the cleaning and housework, running errands outside, and then making and editing YouTube videos. So there are times when I really don't have the energy to put together a big elaborate meal, and this really takes a load off my shoulders. I especially find myself swamped on Fridays, so I'm considering ordering these meal kits every Friday of the month just to kind of help me out on those days when I know I'm going to be particularly busy. Number 8. Flexible choices for what days you want to have the meal kit on. You don't have to necessarily order like an entire week. You can just order like on a Wednesday this week and a Thursday next week, for example. Or you can pre-order the whole week in advance as well. And you pay afterwards, so you don't need to worry about paying in advance, and it's very easy and straightforward how you do that. And finally, number 9. There's a lot of pros, honestly, in my opinion. I think it's good for a single person, or maybe like a family where both parents are working, or like a single parent family as well. The meals are simple, they're fast and delicious. My kids gobbled them up, even the meals where I thought they might be picky about them. So I think it's a great option for people if you need to have healthy meals that are home cooked, but you don't have as much time. Now let's move on to the cons. Yeah, I kind of struggled to come up with cons, but I did want to like kind of evaluate this fairly. I didn't want to just say 100% positive things about it because, you know, everybody has like their own lifestyle and their own preferences. So these are some things I thought of that might be a hindrance to certain people. Number 1, flexibility. If you order like the standard 5 or 6 day meal plan, you can't change the order of the meals that they come in. So every meal is delivered on the same day that you're gonna make it. So for example, if you're suddenly not in the mood for that meal that day, you can't change it around. For example, my older son is in elementary school and he gets kyushoku, which is like the school lunch. And sometimes he might have had the same thing or a similar thing on that day. So it might be boring for him at dinner time. So I'd say it takes some planning in advance, but luckily they give you the menus outlines weeks in advance, probably just for this purpose, I think. So like we can kind of circumvent and get around that issue. Number 2, diet restrictions. So if you have allergies or food restrictions, this may not be the right thing for you. So for me, many of the meals were deviations from my normal eating patterns. This is okay, but for this reason, I don't think I could do this meal service kit all month, like every day. It's okay once in a while, for example, like once a week or 1 week out of the month, which we're considering doing right now. Yeah, I don't eat a lot of dairy or eggs or gluten. I try to avoid those things. So some of the meal options had that in it, and I had to kind of pick around things. But the rest of the family is fine, so it's okay for them. Number 3, price. It might be a little bit more expensive than just going out to buy the same ingredients, depending on like where you're shopping. Also, if you need to consider the other 2 meals in a day of breakfast and lunch, their costs added on top of the meal kit that you're already getting might make your food budget for the month go over. Number 4, it's not organic, and there are processed foods included. Some prepackaged things like the chijimi that we had on one night, or there was like some dairy sliced processed cheeses were included. So if you care about these things, you don't really get a say in that. While this is a minor issue, I thought it just was one that was worth mentioning. Number 5, this is the last one, portion sizes. They could be hit or miss. There were some days where we felt like it wasn't enough for everybody, but other days where we had leftovers afterwards. So maybe it just depends on people's appetites that day. But usually when I'm cooking, I try to make extra, but they include only the exact portion sizes here. So like we can't like adjust it or like make a little bit extra for the leftovers for the next day. Maybe this is a non-issue for most Japanese people because they tend to cook everything fresh daily. But I think nowadays people are so busy working and doing things out of the home that maybe this is changing. But anyway, I would say that in general, it wasn't too bad. So all in all, I would say the pros outweigh the cons in my opinion. I highly recommend trying this out and see for yourself if it's something you would like to do. But yeah, thank you for watching this video. It was kind of a long one, but I wanted to be fair and show you all the things involved in this and let you see what a Japanese meal kit is like. I really enjoyed it and I loved it. So we will definitely consider trying this again soon. Okay, thanks and see you next time. Bye. Thanks for watching. If you'd like to see more videos like this, please like, subscribe, comment, share, and enjoy. Until next time, bye!